Exit polls in the United Kingdom show a Labour landslide in today's election, with the centre-left party winning a massive majority in Parliament in the first general election in nearly 5 years. This video from Sky TV shows the results of those exit polls. The Conservatives' loss marks the end of 14 years in power and Rishi Sunak's prime ministership. Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer will be Britain's next prime minister. NewsHour special correspondent Malcolm Brabant is in London covering the election and joins us now. So Malcolm, what more can you tell us about these results? Were they a surprise or to be expected?
No, people were saying right at the start that the election was called that it was over virtually then. That people were expecting a substantial Labour majority because the nation really has declared that it's sick and tired of the Conservatives. And this has been borne out tonight. These early sort of exit polls are usually extremely accurate, and what they're saying is that Labour will have 410 seats in the 365-seat Parliament, giving them a majority of 170 seats, and the Conservatives have lost 241 seats, which is one of the worst performances by a Conservative government in recent political history.
So a landslide victory, it seems like there. What does that margin of victory mean, both for the Labour Party and how Sir Keir Starmer's priorities can actually be put into place?
Well, this is exactly what he wanted to be able to do, to be able to carry out all of his legislative programs. And he's been rather vague about some of the things that he's going to do. But he now has, absolutely really no opposition to worry about when it comes to putting through the things that he wants to do. And that is basically trying to get growth, stabilizing the economy. He wants to improve the National Health Service. He also wants to set up border controls to stop a new sort of border force to stop all of the boat people coming across from France. And he also wants to bring in new teachers and things like that. And the Conservatives have concerns that what he might even do with this supermajority is to introduce voting for 16-year-olds so that Labour can stay in power for generations. We'll have to wait and see if that one comes true. But certainly there's been a lot of scaremongering by the Conservatives about what this is going to do with such a powerful majority for Sir Keir.
Malcolm, what about those Conservatives? After 14 years in power, where does this leave the Conservative Party and Rishi Sunak?
Well, they're in total disarray. This is, a dreadful performance on their part. And, they've suffered as a result of there being COVID and also of there being a war in Ukraine, but also their own irresponsibility in government and incompetence has been one of the things that's actually brought about their demise. Rishi Sunak is thought to be a sort of very nice guy, a technocrat, and pretty competent, but he's just not been able to get over the kind of history that the people of this country have with the Conservatives. And after 14 years of it, people have just had enough. Even though they don't particularly sort of trust everything Keir Starmer says, they just want change. They're fed up with the cost of living being absolutely abominable. And one of the things, for example, that Keir Starmer is going to do, which the Conservatives would never do, is to hit the oil companies with extra revenue, with all the profits they've been making, and to pour that into green energy. And people are fed up with their bills for gas and electricity going up, and they just want change.
Malcolm, there's another political force at play here. That is a man named Nigel Farage. Many people may know, the leader of the right-wing populist party, Reform UK. Where did he come out in this race?
Well, he's done pretty well. We don't know just how many votes he's managed to get, and he's only going to get 13 seats by the looks of things in Parliament. But he's basically setting himself up for 5 years' time. He's going to be a rabble-rouser in Parliament. He's going to be the loudest voice, possibly, against Keir Starmer. And what he's going to be trying to do is to unite the right wing behind him, so that in 5 years' time, he'll be in a position to challenge Keir Starmer, perhaps as Prime Minister. But that's going to be his main role. And I think he'll be quite content with what he's got, because if he wins his seat in Eastern England, he'll be in Parliament and he'll be a thorn in Keir Starmer's side.
All right, that is NewsHour special correspondent Malcolm Brabant reporting live for us from London tonight. Malcolm, thank you. Good to see you.